What's going on? Last night was the first episode of the documentary series Atlanta's Missing and Murdered, The Lost Children. If you were a young black person around back in 1979, 1981, the Atlanta child murder situation was some of the scariest, most dangerous time in your mind's sight. I remember it very well. Between being east and south, anytime a van pull up or anything, you just didn't know what to think, what to do. It was a very scary time. And it seems just like yesterday, and they were seeing the images and faces on TV was very haunting. Excuse me. And then, and you just think, did you think it was the Klan, a lynching? What did you think it was? And of course, always knowing that black children aren't always the most, black people in general aren't the most respected in the United States. So that didn't help matters out then or now. And I'd still say to this day. But the big question is, Wayne Williams, they're linked two of the crimes to him, but did he do it? And there's still a question mark 40 some years later. Did they get the right guy? Did they get the right person? And he seemed it's kind of hard to figure him out where he was, but it didn't quite add up. It still seems kind of like odd. And deep down, let's be real, if you're a black person, you do not want to think of another black person do anything this heinous towards other black people. It's just a fact. I mean, I don't care what nobody says. Keeping it on the real 100, you don't want to think that a black person would do this to another black person, even though we see black on black crime, and it's very unfortunate and very sad. Self-hatred is real. The madness and the magnitude is real. Now, Atlanta's become one of the most progressive chocolate cities. Maynard Jackson was the first African-American mayor, and you've had black police chiefs, and I remember Lee Brown, because he came to Houston, he from Atlanta, and you've had black female mayor right now. You've had all kinds of, Julian Bond, Dr. Martin Luther King, John Lewis, a lot of people, and a lot of prominent figures, obviously from R&B, hip-hop, etc., sports, etc. Atlanta has been, in 4 historical black colleges, has been romanticized with a lot. Hank Aaron from Atlanta, all that lot. However, this has always been a stain and a cloud that has persisted there. And did they get the right person? And how? This is going to be a very compelling series as it plays itself out. It still is. And remember, it took a while back then before they got some bump on it. And like I said, so it's a very compelling series 40 years later to watch. But give me your thoughts and takes about the Atlanta's Missing and Murdered, The Lost Children. Your thoughts and takes. How did you feel about it? Your reaction to it then and now. Hit the like, subscribe, and the bell rings a new video. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for one another. And also, do research on these things, because these things are very intriguing, sad, and prayers and thoughts are always with the families and so much more that we just don't know. I'm out.